Just loaded a full roll of film. Once you close the gate to load it, once it's loaded, take that. Okay, we're going to start off full wind 24 frames per second, and we'll do all the speeds. That clicking noise is just, you can disengage that, move it to 0 if you don't want that sound, but that click's telling you 10 inches of film has gone through the film gauge. It's a way to keep track of how much film you're shooting without taking your eye off the subject. Okay, it's a full wind, 24 frames. Let's wind it up again, do some other speeds. Okay, we're going to do 64. Now never do 64 frames without filming the camera, otherwise you can damage it. And always read the manual. That some original manuals come with this one, but I also have it on the DVD. Always read the manual thoroughly before you just use this camera. Okay, 64 frames, full wind, strong motor. Not that you want to shoot a full wind at 64 frames. This film's very expensive. That's for slow motion effect. Now we're going to put the cover on, show you that all the gauges are working. This is the matching cover, which is very important to have because you know it's going to fit properly and not any light in. Okay. So let's do 32. So I've oiled this camera and cleaned it out and everything, so this camera should last another 50 years. In good condition. Mainly 24 frames. Let's do a little test here. To 0, show you all the gauges are working. It also comes with a rewind key, so you can use it to rewind. Alright, so we're going to do 10 seconds. Okay, that's approximately 10 seconds. Going a little over, but that's 270. So we know that's working because I think I did go about a half a second over. And you can look at the film and see. But 240 frames, 10 seconds, that's what you should get. So then we know the governor's working. This camera is good to go. Alright, we're going to do 16. It comes with a really nice lens, so essentially turns this camera into a reflex camera. And as you can see, the gauges are moving. Film gauge over here. Now 16 is normally if you're filming without sound. So if you're making a music video or something, use 16 and add the sound later, or you know, if you want to conserve film, especially shooting landscapes and things, save a little money that way. Now most people don't give you these tests, you know, plus they're all for a 7-day money-back guarantee. I do have a restocking fee, but that's to cover my expenses and everything. But other than that, you can use this camera. If you don't like it, you can return it for any reason, as long as you return it in the condition you receive it in. Okay, here's 8. Now, if you wanted to do like a karate scene and make it look like you're moving real fast, Or if you driving a car at 5 miles an hour, you film at 8, it's going to look like the car's doing 25 miles an hour. So, you know, or Keystone Cops type or Benny Hill type effect. And as you can see, everything is working good on this camera. So I'm doing a detailed test. We're doing a full wind at every speed. But again, most people shoot at 24. And we know it's working fine. These cameras were about $450 in the 50s. So if you adjust the price with inflation today, this camera would be worth over $2,000–$3,000 today's dollars. And they couldn't even probably make cameras like this anymore. It's all mechanical, like a Swiss watch. Same type of parts. I took one apart once, and it's just all wheels and levers. It's like a giant, fine Swiss watch. It's amazing. It's a work of art, actually. And the optics are clear. I cleaned it. Very clear view. Comes with a trifocal viewfinder. But again, the lens that comes with it is a reflex lens, so you can essentially, it's a reflex camera. Now, one thing's very important: if you ever want to do a back wind of the film, always run down the camera completely, and then you put it on motor, and then this is how you disengage the motor. And if you wanted to connect the motor to it, and then like if you wanted to do a multiple exposure, you put this key in, right, and then you'd back it up to where, and then you would have a double exposure. Or if you wanted to save the film, you could do that too, and then just start back where you left off. Okay, and the final test is going to be animation. And these cameras are still widely used today by animators. Okay, I'm just going to show you that. Oh, I gotta put it back on motor. That's a good point. When you take it off a motor, see, you got to be very careful. Put it on stop and then put it that way, and then you get it back. It's very important to be careful with taking it on and off the motor, because if you do it incorrectly, you could break the camera. So definitely read the manual on that. You know, and don't even really do it unless you have to, because you don't want to risk ruining the disconnection there. Okay, and this is animation. But again, this is a fine Swiss-made camera, and this camera's 50 years old, and I've oiled it and whatnot. It's good to go. This camera will last another 50 years as long as you keep it clean and keep it warm and keep it in a case or keep it in a nice environment. It's a beautiful camera, and it's reasonably priced for sale on eBay. I'm going to show you the lens and everything else. Thank you for looking. Try it out one more time. So I want everyone to see what a fine working camera this is. And I spent many hours restoring it. You buy a camera on eBay, most of it was taken out of someone's attic. You don't know the kind of condition it is, and then you're going to spend 4 or 5 hours cleaning it, and if it's not a clean camera, that's how the film will look bad. And it needs to be oiled. And I've oiled this camera thoroughly. And without the oil, you're not going to get a nice smooth film. So as you can see, this camera is in excellent condition, ready to shoot your movie. Thank you for looking.